Hey, good morning. It's Saturday, and the last couple days have been very challenging. We have recently found out that our print room has outlets that have been backstabbed. And if you're not familiar with that, we're going to talk about that today. And maybe this can help you when you're setting up your print farm to know what to check before setting everything up. Let's head over to the print room and I'll explain a little more. So right now, we are only able to run one printer. And that printer is being run in a method that we do not recommend, but it's a long print and we need to get it done. So we had to hook up an extension cord to our APS on our 20 amp separate circuit that's not being affected by the backstabbing. But we are printing the hut from the nativity set from STL Flicks. And I think it's well over a day print. It might be up to 30 hours or so. It should finish tonight. So this all started out on Thursday morning. We're working in our office and all of a sudden the electric goes off. And we're like, okay, outage in the neighborhood, it happens. And then I walked out and saw the kitchen lights were still on. That's not the whole house. So Papa Wolf went and checked the breaker box and 2 breakers had flipped. So he, turned it back on, went along with our day, got to, I think it was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the breakers went again. So at that point, I decided to call our electric company because we do have construction going on around our home for new subdivisions that are coming in. We thought, maybe we'll have them check on their end. They came out. Nope, everything's good on their end. And they even checked our breaker box, which was very, very nice of them to do. And they found that 3 of our breakers, well, really 2 of them, were heating up, one especially. And they are a special breaker, and I'll put it on the title down below because I totally forget what they're called. Anyway, so that's the issue. They are sensing some arcing, and they're kind of nuisance arcings, most likely. So we were like, okay, give us some names of some good electricians who will, problem solve. They gave us a couple, and then we called one of them, and they were able to come out on Friday morning. When they came out, they started their investigation, and one of the things they found is the outlets that our builder put in. Mind you, our house is only 10 years old. The electricians used what's called backstabbing to put in all the outlets. Basically, it's the lazy, quick method to wire a home. So because we are basically using almost every plug in this room, we've got to figure out how to basically probably rewire all the outlets, and it looks like replace the breakers. So the electricians were like, hey, let's just do the ones that are available because we've got them covered up here in the room by the shelving and things. So the one was definitely very loose. When they unscrewed the outlet, literally, you don't have to pull hard and those backstabbed wires come right out. So they did that on a couple of our outlets, did some tests. They didn't want to switch out the breakers though. They wanted us to test it and see if that just solved the problem. Well, it solved the problem for about 8 hours. And then 8 hours later, last night it started tripping. We weren't even here at home. I noticed that our alarm went to back up, and then Frank noticed that the cameras were off in the printers. And so when we got home, sure enough, both breakers had tripped again. So we got to figure out. We were thinking that we might move into another room, so this might bump up that move. We got a lot of decisions to make. Oh, fun fact. We are down to 1 week to our Christmas and July show. We still have things that we wanted to print to take to the show. So now we got to make some decisions. We do have enough inventory that I think we'll be okay. We'll get through this, but we wanted to just let you know before you set up your print farm, or if you've already set up, you might want to check those outlets because if they're backstabbed, they're not going to last. What happens over time is the current running through it does create a vibration and it loosens the connections, which then causes the arcing, and then it trips your breakers. So yeah, this is our week and now our weekend. All right, Piper, you ready for an update? You gonna give an update? Okay.
Ready? Are you ready? Of course you are.
No, we're staying.
We're staying.
We're staying right now.
Baby. I know. We're staying.
We're staying.
We're staying. We don't know what's going on. But we do know that we're somewhat functional because now we have these three P1Ss connected to that UPS, which is actually connected to a 20 amp circuit that's not connected to the rest of the room, which is awesome. And we have a Starry Hut. It's part of the manger nativity scene that we're working on. We have the donkey that goes with the Starry Hut nativity scene. Then we also have more multi-board, always multi-board that's always printing for some reason. I don't know. Then on this side, we're experimenting with silk on the Soval SVO8 from Bamboo.
And where's that plugged into?
This is also plugged into that UPS, which is plugged into this room. But apparently this is not the one that's causing all the fault. So we're trying to figure that out. And then the Anycubic, back on the original build plate, on the back side of the original build plate, we're going to be printing some more Christmas ornaments, hopefully very soon. But
you
that
just
one,
sent that one, right?
I just sent that one. This one is actually on another UPS, which is on a 20 volts, 20 amp circuit, which is not connected to anything else in the room. So hopefully we're going to be able to stay in business printing for a little bit. We're going to be behind on our prints.
Oh, we're so behind.
We're so far behind. But we pretty much, this top row of our OGs, our original A1 and P1S that we got so long ago. Actually, not really that long ago, but it feels like it's been a long time ago.
They're taking a break.
Idle. They're taking a break at the moment.
And so is...
And that one the A1 actually needs to be lubricated, a little bit of maintenance.
Oh,
So don't forget your maintenance, folks.
And then we don't have the Elegoo going.
Elegoo is taking another break now too, so that's not turned on. Because that heat bed does take a lot of wattage.
Yes,
to keep running. So we're trying to be very careful of what we're doing right now, so we're not tripping anything else until we get the electrician to come out here to get everything fixed.
So we've gone from only having one working overnight to feeling comfortable with 3 of the P1Ss working, to the Soval working and trying silk, and then the problem child over there in the corner hopefully is going to produce some ornaments.
I don't think it's a problem child.
All right,
let's be nice to it.
We'll be nice to Annie.
Speak nice.
We're calling the Anycubic Annie because I would always say Anycubic instead of Anycubic. So yeah.
So
all right.
Heretofore known as Annie.
So fingers crossed that we can make it through these prints without tripping the breaker. We'll report back.
Yep.
All right, we're wrapping up for the day. We did take a little bit of break from working today to go check out another vendor event that's happening locally that we'll be participating in August. So we wanted to check out the traffic there. And then we came back and we have some success happening in the room with the prints. And I'll also show you one that just didn't work out on the Soval and the reason why. Let's take a look. Let's start off with the bad news. So the Soval finished and it had trouble with the silk. And Papa Wolf has seen this before with other filaments and realized that most likely it was temperature related. It's now down to just below 80 in here, but earlier today this was at 84. And when you get up to that temp, man, it just really can mess with your prints. So we opened the door and let some cooler air in. We even got a fan blowing low so that it doesn't blow directly on the prints. So this was a great opportunity to try the A1. And look, this just finished just a few minutes ago. The scarves for our snowman came out wonderful. Same silk, but on the A1, and it's bamboo silk. So it should work on a bamboo printer, right? This one has a few more hours to go. It's almost done. Look at that detail. It's awesome. There's a little bit of stringing, but that will be taken care of. No big deal. Then we have to check in on these donkeys. It's a multicolored print, so it's going to take overnight probably to get those finished. And then our multi-board tiles, the last two that we needed, those finished earlier as well. Just haven't taken them off the plate yet. And the Anycubic, look at that. It finished another print. And I just want to point out that this is the original backside of the build plate. If you caught a previous video, you know that we were having a lot of issues and figured out that it was the build plate. But for some reason, this side is working still. Fingers crossed that it keeps up. So I don't know if we're going to be sending more prints here tonight or not. We've been working on our point of sale for next weekend. I got all the new items into our Shopify. I won't say website because it's not on the website. I just did it for the show for next week. If we have anything left, we'll probably move it over to the store as well. But then we have the August 9th show too, so we'll probably get moved to that one as well. Moving these inventories around on Shopify is an interesting process, but I learned how to do transfers tonight. So anyway, we will check in tomorrow and see how our situation's going with these breakers and the backstabbed outlets. But for now, we got to wait till Monday till the electricians can come back out and kind of problem solve a little bit further so we can get everything up and running all at once. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. Yeah, the decision was made last night to let the printers just finish their jobs, and then we would come back and reassess our power on each circuit in the room. So that's what Papa Wolf's doing right now, but I want to show you the finished donkeys. I don't know why I just said donkeys. But anyway, there they are. You can see some stringing. And let's just say Papa Wolf says to keep your poop chute clean. I guess last night he forgot to check. So we'll clean those up. And then this next set of ornaments finished. They look wonderful. We're going to get those off the bed, and I'll put some string on those and get those ready for the market. I really love the mistletoe. Ooh, it's my favorite. And then, of course, the scarves. I didn't get them off last night. I totally forgot. So we'll get those off too. But that's where we're at for now. I'll update you when we make some decisions on how we're going to deal with the two circuits that we're working with. That's sad. It came apart. Oh yeah, my favorite came apart.
You still reuse these.
Yeah, I'll sell them as decorations.
So I think what happened is I put different models on the same plate that are at different layer heights that caused more tool changes than would be normal. So you probably can't see it too well, but if you look between this level, this ledge, and this ledge,
It's a different level.
it's at a different level, and then this level and this level are a different level. So as it's changing filament, the part's going to cool down.
That makes sense.
So they're not going to get good layer adhesion between the different parts.
Well, don't do that again.
I won't do that again.
Because they were beautiful.
Yes, so remember this when you're doing your prints. Try and keep the same model on the same plate. And if you're doing different models, make sure they're the same layer height and even the same color at the layer height so that your model doesn't cool down too quickly.
Well, I guess I can sell these as misfits for decor.
Yeah, people could take this and kind of glue it onto whatever they want to glue it onto.
Yeah.
So
We just made craft supplies.
Or make it a star on top of a Christmas tree. One of our
Yeah,
many
I can
Christmas
do that.
trees.
Yeah, I'm going to bag them up as decor. We will sell misfits.
And then you got a
Two-sided.
Christmas star. Put on top of your tree.
Oh, make some lemonade out of lemons, right?
But, like, this one's still good. So this must have been one of the ones that changed early, along with the rest of these. Because they're scattered on the plate in different locations, as you can see. And this one's popping off, too.
This hobby is, well...
There's a lot of learning in this.
A lot of learning.
So not just about your printers, your build plates, but also your models, your filaments, the layout.
Yeah.
How are you going to do things?
All right. Dang it, you guys, I brought the donkeys out here. I usually set up on my kitchen island to do the heat gun to get string off. And first of all, they're not looking that great, but I was like, well, let's just clean them up and see how things work. And before I even started the heat gun, do you see this tail right here? Well, look at what happened to 3 of them. Yeah, it just broke off. Like I was pulling string and yeah, they lost their little white tuft of fur and they're just on there really flimsy. It's not a good design for doing 2 colors right there. So probably going to wait on deciding if we're going to reprint these or just sell without the donkeys for the whole nativity. Kind of disappointed, but the good news is the electricians are going to get us back on the schedule for next week. And most likely what they're going to want to do is check the other outlets too. So that's another reason why we want to wait on these. This is a longer print because of the color changes. And we will probably need to move some things like printers out of the way so they can get to the outlets to check those as well. They might still change out the breakers. We might request them to change out the breakers, but we probably should check all the outlets while we have them here. I'm going to go into the print room and check on Papa Wolf. I think he has a new setup that we're going to use probably for shorter prints, but we're going to keep printing. We'll just avoid long prints like this one. So let's go get an update from him.
Okay, so to deal with the issues with the circuit breaker, because I believe the circuit breaker has either gone bad or just not wanting to cooperate, but we need to get an electrician out here to actually have it done properly, because, me, electronics, small tools, kind of the same thing with trying to do anything else with me and small tools. Probably not a good idea. So, in order to do this, I've taken all these bamboo printers here, and I have put them on the same circuit. May sound a little counterintuitive, but what I've done is there's this big heavy-duty power strip in the back, the A1, the P1S on top, which are original bamboo printers that we bought, and then our 3 newer ones down here are all plugged into that power strip. That power strip then follows along behind our newest printers, Anycubic, the Elegoo, and the SV08. Comes back around here, and it plugs into the UPS that used to be down here. So now they're all on the same UPS. Now, the difference here is that this UPS is now plugged into a 20 amp circuit instead of a 15 amp. So a lot more power, a lot less things on it to cause issues and flip the breaker, because the only other thing that's on it is that printer there. So it is a dedicated circuit pretty much just for our 3D printers at the moment. Hopefully that's going to solve our problems and get us back on course for our Christmas in July show that comes in like 6 days. So hopefully we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll keep you updated.
We're going to call this part 1. Don't worry, we'll make a part 2 and catch you up on what the electricians say. But for right now, we got Annie over here. She's printing more ornaments. Papa Wolf just sent something to the printer over here while I was getting ready to record. I think that one's going to be more multi-board because we need that for the displays. And then, hello.
Yeah, some of us are trying to work.
And some of us are trying to work and wrap up a video.
Wrap up a video.
Yeah. Anyway, so what did you just send?
Multi-board snaps and connectors.
For the display board.
For our displays.
Okay.
Yes.
And then are these guys going to work tonight?
Don't know yet.
Okay. But they'll be short prints if they do.
There would be short prints if they do.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to be prepared for the electricians. Hopefully they'll be able to come tomorrow, but we haven't heard for 100% yet. So, but we're going to sign off for now. We'll come back and let you know the rest of the story.
Remember, print something beautiful. Print something that brings you joy. Print something that just is nice. that makes you smile. And remember to live the adventure one layer at a time. And don't forget to clean your poop chute. It's important. Printer hygiene, folks. Printer hygiene.